Hey riders and cruiser fans, welcome back to Upcoming Cruiser Bikes, the channel where old school meets innovation and where we bring you deep dives into the best, the boldest, and the most anticipated cruiser motorcycles coming your way. Today's spotlight is on a true legend that refuses to fade, the 2025 Honda Shadow 750. For decades, the Shadow name has been synonymous with reliability, style, and that effortless cruiser vibe. Now, Honda is breathing new life into it with a refreshed version for 2025, one that aims to blend timeless cruiser charm with subtle, much-needed updates. Let's break it all down. A legacy reimagined. First, let's talk legacy. The Honda Shadow 750 originally hit the scene in the early 1980s, riding on the back of a cruiser craze that was sweeping across the world. It quickly found a sweet spot between the smaller Rebel series and the heavyweight VTX and Valkyrie lineups. With its approachable size, bulletproof reliability, and unmistakable styling, the Shadow earned its place in cruiser history. The 2025 model pays tribute to that heritage but refuses to live in the past. It keeps the soul of the Shadow alive while adding just enough modern upgrades to stay relevant, not too much to alienate loyal fans, but enough to draw in a new generation of riders looking for style and substance. Engine and performance, built to cruise. At the core of the 2025 Honda Shadow 750 is the familiar 745 cubic centimeters liquid-cooled V-twin engine, tuned to deliver smooth, manageable power and a rich torque band that's perfect for cruising. You're looking at around 44 horsepower and 64 Nm of torque, which might not seem explosive on paper, but out on the open road, it's more than enough to power through city traffic or roll effortlessly down the highway. The engine remains carburetor-free, now fully optimized with advanced fuel injection that offers better cold starts, improved throttle response, and lower emissions. Compliant with Euro 5 and EPA Tier 3 standards, this is one of the cleanest running V-twins in its class. A 5-speed gearbox ensures a smooth power delivery, and while some riders might wish for a 6th gear for long-distance touring, the gearing is well matched to the bike's cruising nature. You get solid pull in the low to mid-range, which is exactly what you want for relaxed, throttle-friendly riding. Design evolution, retro meets refined. Visually, the 2025 Shadow is all about refinement. Honda didn't radically redesign the bike, and that's intentional. Instead, they took the classic silhouette, lowered it just a touch, and sharpened the lines on the tank and fenders. The end result? A cruiser that looks both familiar and fresh. You'll notice the new LED lighting setup, including a round headlamp with a vintage housing, bullet-style turn signals, and a sleek taillight that keeps things minimal. Blacked-out engine components and exhaust systems give the bike a more modern, aggressive look, especially when paired with the new color options, matte gunmetal gray, crimson metallic, and pearl deep black. The spoke wheels and wide front tires still scream classic cruiser, but the execution feels more deliberate, less plastic, more metal, better finishes. Honda clearly put effort into making this bike look premium without pricing it out of reach. Handling and comfort, everyday friendly. What makes the Shadow stand out is its everyday usability. At a low 25.8-inch seat height, it's incredibly easy to flatfoot, making it a top pick for new riders, shorter riders, or anyone who values a confident stop at traffic lights. This isn't a sport bike by any means, and it doesn't pretend to be, but it does offer more stability in the twisties than you'd expect. Combined with its wet weight of around 560 pounds, 255 kilograms, it feels planted but not cumbersome. Modern features, minimalist execution. Don't expect a TFT display or traction control suite here, and that's by design. The 2025 Shadow keeps things simple, with a digital analog hybrid instrument cluster that shows you the essentials: speed, fuel level, trip meter, gear indicator, and time. No menus to scroll, no settings to tweak, just hop on and ride. Honda also made a smart move by pre-wiring the Shadow for accessories like heated grips, auxiliary lights, and a rear luggage rack, making it easier for riders to add what they want without major mods. Customization potential. One of the Shadow's strongest suits has always been how easy it is to customize. And that's no different in 2025. Honda is releasing a range of factory accessories, including low-profile or touring windscreens, custom-stitched seats, saddlebags and sissy bars, slip-on exhaust upgrades, black or chrome trim kits. But what really opens things up is the aftermarket support. Because the Shadow 750's engine and frame architecture haven't drastically changed, it remains compatible with a wide range of parts from companies like Cobra, Vance and Heinz, Mustang seats, and more. So whether you're going for a bobber build, a mini bagger look, or just a stripped-down weekend cruiser, the Shadow 750 gives you a solid canvas to start from. How it stacks up, competitor comparison. In the current cruiser landscape, the 2025 Honda Shadow 750 has some stiff competition, but it also holds its ground with confidence. Yamaha Bolt R spec, more horsepower, slightly more aggressive ride, but heavier and priced higher. Kawasaki Vulcan 900, similar displacement, but feels bulkier and less refined in the finish. Royal Enfield Super Meteor 650, retro looks and excellent value, but lacks the V-twin soul and long-term brand trust Honda offers. Where the Shadow shines is in its ease of ownership, its smooth ride quality, and its bulletproof reliability. It's not trying to be a Harley clone or a muscle cruiser. It's a bike that knows its role and plays it perfectly. Pricing and value. The 2025 Shadow 750 is expected to launch at a base price just under $8,999, making it one of the most affordable full-sized cruisers available from a major manufacturer. Factor in its low maintenance costs, legendary durability, and fuel efficiency of around 55 mpg, and you're looking at one of the best long-term values in the mid-size cruiser class. And here's the kicker, this bike will likely hold its value exceptionally well. Shadows, especially clean models, have always done great on the used market because of their reputation and cult following. Who should ride the 2025 Shadow 750? This bike is tailor-made for new riders stepping up from a 300 cubic centimeters or 500 cubic centimeters bike. Returning riders looking for something familiar and reliable. Urban commuters who want comfort, style, and easy handling. Weekend warriors who value relaxed cruising without the weight and bulk of a heavyweight cruiser. It's not for adrenaline junkies or tech lovers who want cruise control, launch mode, or lean-sensitive ABS. But for everyone else, the Shadow delivers a pure, unfiltered riding experience that's hard to beat. Final thoughts, still the soul of cruising. The 2025 Honda Shadow 750 isn't trying to reinvent the wheel. It's staying true to what made it a legend, accessible power, classic cruiser style, and an inviting ride for just about any rider. Honda's subtle improvements bring it into the modern age without turning it into something it's not. In a market filled with tech-heavy, high-priced machines, the Shadow stands out by offering simplicity, soul, and timeless appeal. It doesn't demand attention, it earns respect. Stay tuned with upcoming cruiser bikes.